Alright, so firstly, if you don't like the lighting or the fact that I don't have a shirt on and it's unsavory to you, you can click off the video right now because today's topic is about posting things that are truly you and frankly showing that you don't need to be perfect or care about every single one of what your followers thinks. And this is something I really struggle with myself. Being someone who is the social media guy, I think I need to make something that applies to everybody. I need to make some kind of post that is universally social media. And that is literally the stupidest, most undefined box or industry or niche that I could think of. The way I break down for how people can make more money online with social media is through niching down. It's through making, a smaller pie for yourself so that you can have a larger chunk of it rather than the biggest pie in the world and you can't even figure out what section you want to take or how big because you don't even know where to get started, right? Yes, people aren't going to like me with this terrible lighting and not having a script for this video and not having a shirt on or whatever, and this is supposed to be targeted towards mature business owners, but I also want to prove that I don't care and I am mature enough to do things like these without it impacting the value that I can provide. And what I want to talk about today is how you guys just need to get yourself in front of the camera more often, even when you don't feel like it, because when you don't feel like it is what people need to hear. I think so many of us are afraid to get in front of the camera like I am right now because I've been putting off recording for the past 2 or 3 days when I know I need to get ahead of it more than ever. And I've been in my head so much about so many other things that I didn't record. And I know so many of you guys are off about recording too because you're afraid of what people are going to think. And for the more experienced one of you guys out there, you're afraid that you're going to go outside of the niche. You're going to start thinking outside of the box. But when is the last time that thinking outside of the box is a bad thing? When was the last time you saw your favorite YouTuber or influencer or celebrity being honest, being vulnerable? When did you ever see that as a bad thing? Right? Like if you somebody you genuinely looked up to was vulnerable and was relatable about some real problem that they had that you related to, would that bring you closer to them or push you away? Like honestly think about that because these are the people that we're trying to talk to. We're all so afraid. I was so afraid of making a video like this that I didn't have everything planned out, that I didn't have my room cleaned up. It's a mess right now for to where I looked so professional, and I was afraid that it's like it's not going to make the perfect message. It's not going to, have some immense value. But like the value you provide as a business owner is in the things that are sometimes hard to say, right? Because everyone can go out there. If you're a gym owner, for example, everyone can go out there and be like, "Here's 10 tips on how to get a on how to run a keto diet. Here's 10 tips on how to lose 20 pounds in 15 weeks. Here's my workout plan for the next year." Like everyone could do that, but not everyone can get in front of the camera and be like, "Damn, today's a hard day." Get in front of the camera with a six pack on and still admit that I hate this. This sucks. I am no different than you. I know better than you. I went through the same crap. I went through the same shit. I am not better than you because I have some cool physique. I've just done it for years in and out. I've done all these terrible mistakes. I have failed, in fact, so many times more than the average person that that's the reason why I am more successful, is because I am by default a worse person, so I have to force myself into being better. That's true for me. That's probably true for you too. Why don't you tell your audience members that, right? Like the one thing we're so afraid of is the 90% of people that aren't going to like it. And yes, you heard me right. 90% of people aren't going to like it when you be vulnerable. But the reason I say that is because your niche is much likely less than 10% of the entire world, right? Like you cannot please everyone in the world. That is what you need to learn here, is that when you speak to that 10% of people or less that really love you, those are the people that are going to be your super fans. Those are the people that are going to be willing to pay you thousands and thousands of dollars over the course of their lifetime as a customer with you because they genuinely connect to you. Like this is not going to connect to someone who's not in good shape and who doesn't want to record more and push themselves out there on social media and who's afraid of being out there in the world. But it can relate to someone who is just a little bit too scared to push themselves out there, right? I'm a guy who's probably the most confident dude in the room, at least for his age. Yes, I know I'm just a 19-year-old, and I have ups and downs, and I have bouts of confidence that are probably way too good for my own self when well-being. But like for a 19-year-old, I've gone and spoken to 300, 400 people at a time and made jokes and like insulted people, and I didn't give a crap. I was so confident about it. And then there's moments where I'm just so low and depressed. Like right now, I am so lonely. It's a Saturday night, everyone's graduating, people are going home for the summer. And I'm realizing that I'm gonna be so lonely because I'm staying here in this college town, right? Where nobody's gonna be here over the course of the summer. I'm going to be fucking alone for 3 months to work on this business, and I can't even get myself to go out to the bars to hang out with people because I'm afraid that it's gonna cost too much money, and I don't have time for this, and I need to work on my business, and I'm a fucking mess right now, and my personal brand isn't taking off the way I need to, and clients aren't working out, and there's all this shit. But I'm here telling it to you because I want you to know that even people like me, we struggle. We struggle. And maybe you don't look up to me. Maybe you just think I'm some 19-year-old college kid who, is dumb enough to think he knows what he's doing on social media. But hey, you're still watching this video. So, you've got to be watching me for something. And if that something is the being able to speak on camera side, then yeah, I've done thousands of recordings, thousands of hours of recordings. I've made so many videos that I posted that were successful, but I've also made so many more that have never been released. Like this video, if I don't get my shit together over the next few days, you may never see it. Like that's the truth of it. Like I record so many things like this. I talk to myself so much. I practice these things so much. And I still never think half of what I do is ever going to succeed or see the light of day. And I'm telling you, if I, the social media guy, which I barely even feel like that right now because I can barely even get myself to go hang out with my friends right now because I'm so nervous that nothing's going to work out for me right now. If I am struggling to post a video, then it's normal for you to feel like you're struggling to record a video. Like it doesn't matter. We're all human. We all have a heart, a brain, and we all struggle to get over the emotions of the day-to-day life. And I'm telling you though, it's not even about you or me. It's about the people that need it more than anyone else. It's about the people that you want to talk to. It's about the people that you want to have an impact on in your life, right? Do it for them. Do it for them. If you're so afraid to pick up the camera, at least remember why you started, the people that you want to help, the difference you want to make in the world. Don't even think about the money. I don't care about the money right now, right? We don't do this for the money. We don't make a personal brand and put all our passion into these videos just because it's going to make us 10 times as much money. Because sure, it may as hell well do it, but it's going to take you 6 months of consistent posting, ripping your heart out on the internet every single week, and then getting someone to edit the videos and planning out a content calendar and checking the analytics and then ripping apart your old videos that you already ripped yourself apart to make to improve them every single fucking week. And it's ironic because we don't even realize how hard that is sometimes. I just had someone come up to me at the gym the other day telling me, I talked with him about social media one day, and he comes back up to me a second day at the gym and he says, "Ethan, holy shit, dude, I did not realize how hard this social media stuff is that you're doing." And I thought about it for a second, and I realized, like, you know what, you're right. I think, like, sometimes I forget how difficult it is what we're doing. Sometimes people take for granted how hard that I have to work to make this work. Like, you will see someone blow up on social media, but you never see anyone else down here, right? That's the whole fucking point. You never make it until you make it. I was just listening to a Sean Cannell podcast with Think Media. He does YouTube podcasts. And, he had an interesting quote about this guy who blew up overnight. But, the way he put it was, it's ironic how it takes 6 years for you to blow up overnight, right? People never know the amount of work that it takes to go into it. Especially me as a marketing agency owner. People don't know the value that I provide. And, so, if anyone understands that, trust me, it's me more than anyone else because I'm undervalued every single day. Being a young kid, being someone who doesn't have the biggest portfolio against all these other big marketing companies, who's trying to do some real innovation in the industry by integrating AI and actually having it like automate as much of the process as possible into a part of our team. Not just like having AI tools here and there, but like actually taking AI and introducing it as our new team member. Like I'm trying to do big shit in this industry, and people don't fucking understand that. People don't respect it. People don't care. And it's not their fault. It's just people don't care until you make them. So that's what you have to do. This isn't even about me. You gotta make people care. But do it for the ones that you want to do it for. Make sure you do it for the mission that you have, and people will follow along. That's the point of this video. I just want to do this as like a little motivator thing to remind you guys that, hey, it's alright. We're all in this same game together. As long as you got heart, it's not over. Alright? Sorry if I'm like really incoherent. It's like 1 a.m. right now. And I just like barely got time to figure out how to make any of this work. It's finals week right now. I got no money in my pocket. Stressing out, man. Wishing I could just go out and be social and hang out with people. Man, I got so much of my own problems, but I'm sure you guys do too. You know. But you know what making this video realize, it reminded me, is that it doesn't gotta be perfect. I know a guy, his name's Martel Metellus. You should check him out on YouTube if you got time. He posts videos like these every single day where he just goes out on his balcony, records real quick. Dude's at like 50K subscribers now, and he's been posting like that for what, maybe a year max? Like, just posting daily, no edits, this kind of content. He just got his camera, sets it down, maybe picks it up once in a while. That's it. Doesn't even leave the house to record his videos. Like, it's amazing. That's the kind of stuff I want to be on. And I'm just realizing it doesn't need to be perfect, doesn't need to be polished. I still obviously am a big guy, about quality, cinematics, all that. But not every single time. Obviously, if you start getting to the point where you're posting to post, don't do that. But post. At least pick up the camera and press record. That's the hardest thing to do. You gotta just press record. So I think I'm gonna start doing that again to prove to you guys that I can too, as a business owner with a lot of his own problems and a ton of shit going on. Yeah. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, because that's all I've got in me for today. Thank you for watching. Peace!